Salutations everyone, I'm sure you've all heard the fantastic news by now that Spider-Man is coming to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He will have an upcoming role in an unspecified Marvel film, most likely Captain America 3 Civil War, as he is the main character of that storyline, and will be in his own solo film that will be under control by Sony the following year. This will push back all of the other Phase 3 Marvel movies 6 to 8 months, basically pushing everyone back a space outside of the Avengers 3 Phase 1 and 2 films. So he will be taking his own solo film in 2017. Most reports are saying that they are looking for a new Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield will no longer be the web slinger that we have all known from the past two Amazing Spider-Man films. So we have a lot of questions that need to be answered. Apparently there was no money exchanged from Marvel to Sony. It was pretty much an agreement made that Spider-Man will have permission to be in Marvel films, and in exchange, Kevin Feige will be co-producing the next Spider-Man film under Sony's supervision. The man has done all of the Marvel films with like $8.3 billion with all of his films combined. So an amazing track record, and Sony hasn't had an amazing track record as of late, especially with Spider-Man. So they're hoping this will be beneficial to all. And of course, Marvel owns the merchandising rights for Spider-Man, so they will make money on that end as well. So those are the specifics, and these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. Who's going to be the next Spider-Man? Is he going to be in Civil War? And if so, how is that movie going to play out? And where will they take Spider-Man from there for his own solo film? Will they reboot? Will we see Uncle Ben die again? Or will there be no origin story, as Marvel have said that they are no longer doing? However, this is Sony. They had just done another reboot of Spider-Man, so this would be the second one, but hopefully they will handle this one a little bit better. Now, let's start with the Spider-Man movies as a whole. We all enjoyed the first two Spider-Man films. They were great, along with the X-Men films, started this superhero movie genre juggernaut that it is. Marvel, of course, setting the tone for punching out amazing film after amazing film without a hiccup in sight. Now, with Spider-Man 3, we all saw what bad things can happen in a comic book film. Too many villains, too many voices in control, giving people the fans want, what the producers want, what the creative direction was towards, and it was just a great hot emo mess. And things just didn't work out, and that's when the reboots came in, starring with Andrew Garfield, directed by Mark Webb. Better films, in my opinion. You had a better Peter Parker, you had a better Spider-Man, you had better action, you had better tone, you had better love interest, and you had better villains. I might be in the minority in that, but I would like to see Andrew Garfield return as Spider-Man. He was easily the best part of those films, along with the chemistry between him and his real girlfriend, Emma Stone, who played Gwen Stacy. Now, people have been speculating about who's going to be the new Spider-Man. We saw in the Sony leaks that Andrew Garfield was going to be out if Marvel did get their hands back on Spider-Man. A lot of names have been thrown out, including those that were being considered to replace Tobey Maguire when Andrew Garfield ultimately stepped in. Some of them are lesser-known names, so a lot of people aren't giving them credit, but let's not forget, Andrew Garfield was not a known entity when he was cast as Spider-Man. When everyone heard that he was going to be Spider-Man, they were like, the guy from the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus? Who is this guy? And he ended up being a fantastic Spider-Man. In my mind, easily the best. Sorry, Neil Patrick Harris, your voice work was awesome, but this dude is Spider-Man in my mind. People are wondering, if it's going to be a younger Spider-Man? Is it going to be a black Spider-Man? Is it going to be a Latino black Spider-Man? We honestly don't know. What we do know is that he's going to be making an appearance in a soon Marvel film. Most likely Captain America 3 Civil War, based off of the highly regarded, well-known Civil War comic book series. I don't know how they intend on making this entire amazing storyline, probably the best that Marvel's done in the past 15 years or so, and culminating it into one film. Many people, such as myself, didn't think that they were actually going to make a Civil War movie because it'd be hard to tell your children, hey, so Iron Man's gonna be a bad guy in this one, as so is Maria Hill, and Captain America's gonna be fighting him, and Spider-Man's caught somewhere in the middle. That really seemed like a hard sell to now a Disney-owned property. But now we know that Captain America 3 is subtitled Civil War. Black Panther is going to be in it somehow, played by Chadwick Boseman. And now we know Spider-Man is in the mix, and he is the central character of Civil War, as he is kind of the man stuck between Captain America and Iron Man, who are on opposite sides. Spider-Man is on Iron Man's side, and then he switches over to Captain America's side. This is well-known. Spoilers if you haven't read a comic book this old, but it's a well-known storyline, and a fantastic one at that. Spider-Man's the central figure of this. He has to struggle between both sides, and Captain America and Iron Man are going up against each other, button heads. We have S.H.I.E.L.D., Maria Hill playing the bad guys. We have Captain America and other heroes culminating to fight for anti-registration, and things just awesome happen. I don't know if they're going to go in this direction or to what degree, because it's going to be difficult having Captain America and Iron Man fight against each other, and then a year later, all of a sudden they're buddies again in the next Avengers film. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see how they handle that, and in only one, supposedly, probably around 2-hour film to do all of that together. To do a correct Civil War storyline, you obviously need Spider-Man, you need Iron Man and Captain America. You kind of need the Fantastic Four, and you kind of need the X-Men as well. They don't have the Fantastic Four or the X-Men, but now they have the permission to use Spider-Man. So there's still some things that they can do correctly in vein of the actual storyline in the comic book series, but we'll see what happens with that. As far as the next Spider-Man film to come out a year after said Civil War film, it's up in the air on what this character is going to be. In my mind, it should be Peter Parker, the one true Spider-Man. I don't care who you like. Do you like, Spider-Man 2099? Do you like Miles Morales? Or, what other different Spider-Man that you've read about? But in my mind, I like Peter Parker. He's my Spider-Man, and I would like to be Peter Parker as Spider-Man for the foreseeable future in the MCU, as well as his own standalone films. Just, I don't know, call me old-fashioned, but I like my Spider-Man to be Peter Parker. That's the character I know, that's the character I like. Many people like Miles Morales, or Miguel O'Hara, or whoever have you. Wait, no, that's Ant-Man. Anyways, so a lot of names have been thrown out there. We don't know what age Spider-Man they're going to be. I hope it's an adult. You're mid to late 20s, college age or above Spider-Man, as Andrew Garfield was and Tobey Maguire was for most of the Sam Raimi trilogy. And I don't think that Spider-Man needs to be ethnic in order for this to be good. Of course, if the internet had their way, that's what it would be, because they like things that are different, and they like to pretend that just because you cast a black man as a white character, that means it's changed, and that means it's good, and that means that character is right for the part. Whoever you think is the best Spider-Man is going to vary. I myself, I would like to see Andrew Garfield return, but I do realize that with this new change in creative direction, that's probably not going to happen. And a lot of people want a certain comedian to be Spider-Man, which I am not a fan of. Some people want a couple of young children to play Spider-Man, which could work, but most likely not, based off of the just the way that the storylines have commingled in the comics in the past. I want an adult Spider-Man, and I want it to be Peter Parker. I don't want it to be Miles Morales or some child. I want it to be an adult Peter Parker. That's what it is in the comics. That's what works, and call me crazy, that's what I like, and that's what I would want to see in a Spider-Man movie, and in any Spider-Man movie adaptations in any sort of storyline, Civil War or otherwise. Anywho, let me know what you guys think, how they're going to pull off a Civil War movie, if they're going to tone down the tension between Captain America and Iron Man, how and if Spider-Man will fit into this, and even if he would be in the film at all, how you think they should handle a standalone Spider-Man film with either a reboot or it's sticking to the Marvel plan of no longer doing origin stories, as well as who would you like to see as Spider-Man, Peter Parker, or otherwise, and I will see you guys next time.